Welcome into Don Provance Field at the Howard Bell Baseball and Softball Complex on the campus of Glendale High School in Springfield as Mediacom brings you coverage of high school baseball today here on MC22. Today it's a non-conference matchup between the Branson Pirates and the Glendale Falcons. Hi everybody, welcome into Glendale. It's very warm and windy today. I'm Don West along with Mike McClure. And Mike, today we see a Branson team that comes in with 4 wins on the season.
This is a young Branson team. They have 4 freshmen in the starting lineup. They are trying to improve before district play begins in a couple of weeks.
Glendale's been on a bit of a streak. The Falcons have won 3 in a row and they come in with a record of 10-9.
Glendale's the defending district champions from back in 2019, and they are coming off a big road win at Ozark last week, knocking off the Tigers 11-8.
Branson and Glendale, our high school baseball matchup here on MC22 today. We'll be back with the starting lineups in the play-by-play when we come back in a minute. Branson and Glendale, the matchup in high school baseball today, our second and final high school baseball telecast of the spring here on MC22. And a fun matchup here out in the southeast part of Springfield. Branson Pirates coming in with a record of 4-12 for the season. And their lineup today will look like this. Lance Strahan will lead off and play shortstop. Then Ridge Schroeder at second base. Carter Jenkins at third. Cade Graham the catcher. Zach Carney Doyle at first base. Andrew Bristow the DH. Javen Finkbone in right field. Caleb Barashka in center and Ty Jenkins in left. Defensively for the Glendale Falcons, it'll be DJ Cofield in left with Zach Beatty in center, Justin Letterman in right. Around the infield, Mark Ross at third, Brooks Kettering at short, Caleb Julian at second, and Carter Lewis at first. Catcher is Isaac Wells, and the pitcher is Kamen Kufal. A record of 2-0. And an ERA of 2.31. He's thrown 11 2/3 innings and allowed 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. And look at that, Mike, 1 walk and 15 strikeouts.
Doesn't get much better than that. I wonder what happened on the 1 walk.
Right.
Probably barely missed on a 3-2 pitch or something. Yeah, he's got great control. ERA of 2.31, makes his 3rd start of the year with a record of 2-0.
Hasn't even hit any batters this season, so he will look to keep control for the Glendale Falcons on this 83-degree late afternoon. Warmed up today. South wind at 18, blowing in from right and occasionally across from right field to left field. Your umpires, Jason Justice behind the plate with Chandler Hodges on the bases. And we are ready to go right on time here at Don Provance Field, named after the legendary Glendale coach. And the first pitch is low for ball 1 to Lance Strahan, the shortstop for the Pirates, hitting .250. 11 out of 44. Team leader in runs scored with 12, and he hits one deep out into left. Back it goes, and Cofield will chase it to the fence. And it's Strahan into second base with a leadoff double.
Just his 2nd double this season, his 12th hit. Got the bat out in front of that one, pulled it past Cofield into left. And nice leadoff double by Lance Strahan, who's got an on-base percentage of .424 this year thanks to 11 walks.
He really got a hold of it.
Yeah.
And sends it toward left field. It's .320 right in the corner where he hit it, probably about .335. Now it's Ridge Schroeder and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Schroeder has one of 2 Pirate home runs on the season with 4 runs batted in. His .200 average is boosted with better on-base percentage with 11 walks. Pops it on the right side in foul territory, and the catch made by first baseman Carter Lewis.
Any pop-up, fair or foul territory will be an adventure because of that south wind coming in at 18 miles per hour. And Carter Lewis, a sophomore first baseman, struggled with it a bit, but able to make the catch for the first out.
Now it's Carter Jenkins to the plate for Branson, their top hitter, hitting .340. He has the other Pirate home run and has driven in 15 this year for a team best. His brother Ty batting 9th today. Ty is a freshman. Carter Jenkins a senior. Quickly 2-0 to Carter Jenkins.
Hitting a team best 500 with runners in scoring position. That's a big stat because Branson as a team hitting just 215 with runners in scoring position.
Runner going from second to third, and safe on the steal of third is Lance Strahan.
His 8th stolen base has been caught just one time. The 52nd steal for Branson as a team in 61 attempts.
2-1 to Jenkins. And Kufal brings it in low and away. In addition to the 1 home run, Carter Jenkins has Branson's only triple this year among his 16 hits.
It's a big stolen base. Now you can score on a pass ball or a wild pitch or a sacrifice fly.
And there's ball 4 to Carter Jenkins for a walk to put runners at the corners. And for Kufal, just his 2nd walk given up this year.
Pitcher number 22, Cade Grimm.
Cade Grimm will come to the plate for Branson. Sophomore catcher with good numbers, hitting .367. Among their 4 wins, Branson has beaten Hillcrest twice, including their first game of the year, March 20th. Close, but safe at first.
Kufal thought he had him.
Pirates have also beaten West Plains 13-6 and Parkview 7-0. Their second matchup was with Hillcrest, was just a 3-2 Pirate win. Close again.
Those are really good pickoff moves. Those throws are right on top of the first base bag.
Fouled off to the right, and back behind us there's a neighborhood kind of like we see when we're at the central field, only this one is a good 80 or 100 feet further back. Not as many baseballs go sailing into the backyards here. That's popped up and back behind us. Two strikes on Cade Grimm, battling Cayman Kufal here in the top of the first. Pitch is high, runner going from first. Throw goes through, and a tag made and out. Brooks Kettering with the tag of Carter Jenkins.
Chandler Hodges, the base umpire, was right there to make the call, and he ruled on the sweep tag. He did make contact with the base runner.
Indeed he does. Now a swing and a miss for strike 3 and a quick end to the top of the first. As Branson is turned away. Nothing across, 1 hit and 1 left, and after half an inning, Branson nothing. Glendale coming to bat. Glendale comes to bat in the bottom of the first as Branson fails to score in the top of the inning. The Falcons 10-9 for the season. Glendale will have Zach Beatty leading off in center field, then Brooks Kettering at short. Isaac Wells DHing, Cayman Kufal the pitcher, Justin Letterman in right, Carter Lewis at first, Mark Ross at third, Caleb Julian at second base, and DJ Cofield in left. Defensively for the Branson Pirates, it's Ty Jenkins in left, Caleb Varashka in center, Javen Finkbone in right. Around the infield, Carter Jenkins, Lance Strahan, Ridge Schroeder, and Zach Carney Doyle. Catcher is Cade Grimm, and the pitcher Heath Cole. Coming in with a record of 1-0, ERA of 1.75, making his second start. 16 innings of work and 16 hits allowed. Having allowed 9 runs with only 4 earned, walked 5, struck out 6.
His one start was March the 27th against West Plains, went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, but no earned runs. Struck out 1, walked 2. Pitched in relief against a really good Aurora team on April the 1st. Went 3 innings. Again, no runs. Just 2 hits. Struck out 3, walked 1 against a really good Aurora team this year. pitched well against Springfield Catholic and then appeared against Joplin. That's another really good ball club. Pitched for him against the Joplin Eagles and did not allow a run. So he's got some pretty good credentials on the mound.
Zach Beatty takes ball one from Heath Cole. Beatty committed to North Arkansas Community College in Harrison. Batting .326, 15 for 46. Next one is up and 3-0. Cole brings it in high, and Beatty draws a 4-pitch walk.
The shortstop, number 33, Brooks Kettering.
And Brooks Kettering coming to the plate. Sophomore shortstop is Glendale's leader in hits with 17. 57 at bats, hitting .298.
Top 3 batters for Glendale all have double figures in walks drawn, so they do get on base a lot, either by hits or walks.
Strike one to Kettering. You know his dad well. Lance Kettering is the top man of the Springfield Sports Commission, which is responsible for bringing in big sporting events, pumping money into the Springfield and Southwest Missouri economy. There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is too late. Stolen base for Beatty.
His 12th has been caught 2 times. Good pitch to run on. It was a curveball from Cole. A great jump off of first.
1-1 to Kettering. And an off-speed pitch is hit foul past first.
Falcons are hitting .255 as a team. Don mentioned they have just the 1 home run.
One and two, and way high. That 1 home run belongs to Kamen Kufal, who's in the cleanup spot today. On 2-2, Kettering hits it fair down the right field line. Here comes Beatty to score, and it's a single for Brooks Kettering and an RBI, his 14th.
Came in hitting just .292 with runners in scoring position, but got that one past the first baseman, Zach Carney Doyle, into right field.
Isaac Wells comes to the plate for the Falcons. Senior committed to St. Louis Community College. And this one catches the outside part for a strike. Wells hitting .218. 12 for 55. 8 RBIs. Takes high. Check Kettering at first base. Right-handed batter Wells is ready, and Cole brings it in inside. Falcon head coach is Jim Julian in the third base box in his 4th season. There goes the runner, and the pitch is chopped foul over that way.
He's a 1995 graduate of Glendale. Attended college at Evangel. 8 years the head coach down at Forsyth before coming over to take the Glendale job.
He would have ushered in maybe the first all-turf
absolutely
high school baseball surface here in Southwest Missouri. And strike 3 called to Wells.
The pitcher, number 7,
and 1 gone.
Wells may have been guessing on the pitch. Bat stayed on his shoulders and punched out by Jason Justice for just the first out of the inning.
Now the pitcher, Kamen Kufal, And look out. Trouble here, and the tag applied to Kettering as he stumbled back in toward first base and then was left on his own.
Good. Watch the move by Heath Cole.
Carney Doyle chases him down. And 2 out. Kufal hits one foul. Cayman Kufal is a transfer from Kickapoo. With that one team home run and top average for the Falcons at 375. Takes a little high. And that one is in there. 1-2. Cole doesn't throw hard, but he looks to hit his spots.
Really good movement on that off-speed pitch.
Reaching for it and hit down the right field line by Kufal, and that is caught in the palm of the glove in foul territory by Zach Carney Doyle, and that'll do it for the Falcons in the bottom of the first. 1 run for Glendale on 1 hit, and nobody left. After 1, the Falcons with a 1-0 lead. Top of the second, Glendale with a 1-0 lead. Scheduled 7-inning game in high school baseball today at Glendale. For Branson, it'll be Zach Carney Doyle leading off. Pirate first baseman.
Number 9, Zach Doyle.
Like Zach Beatty on the Glendale side, Doyle committed to North Arkansas Community College. For baseball, he has 6 doubles this year to lead the Pirates. Hitting .234 with 10 batted in. And he hits one hard to right. Over goes Letterman, and that he will not get there. It's a fair ball and a single for Carney Doyle.
The designated hitter, number 27, Andrew Bristow.
Going the opposite way down the right field line and falling in front of Justin Letterman. Not a double, but we'll still take that leadoff single. 2nd inning in a row that Branson's put their leadoff batter on base.
Andrew Bristow to the plate. Another test here for the Falcon catcher, Jaden Tarbett. And he'll make a good block on ball 1 to Bristow. Andrew Bristow, 13 out of 50 coming in, and this starts the run for Branson of 4 freshmen to finish out the batting order. This one is popped foul, and Tarbett got a late jump on it. The group, the 4 freshmen, had a hit called Graduation Day in 1955, but these 4 finished the batting order for the Branson Pirates. Very young Pirate team. 1-1. And there's strike 2. Troy Nimmo, the head Pirate coach, at third base, and over there at first, our old buddy Steve Lale.
Missouri Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame member.
Former Pirate head coach before Troy Nimmo, now serving as an assistant.
14 district titles overall for Branson. There's Coach Lale, and most of those were under Lale's leadership.
Back in the early 1990s, Steve was my first guest on the old Sportsline show when I took over as host.
He's a good one.
He was coaching in the Hillcrest summer program then.
Wow. 3 times Branson a state runner-up in 1989, losing to Elias Catholic. 1992, losing to Oak Grove. 1999, losing to Herculaneum. They were 4th in 2001.
Foul tip by Bristow, held on to by Tarbett for the second out, or first out. Carney Doyle still holding at first base.
Bristow trying to go down and get a low pitch, coming up empty.
Now it's number 7 hitter Javen Finkbone. Wants to bunt, taps it foul.
There's an early season baseball tournament that Branson hosts that is named in honor of Steve Lale.
One strike on Finkbone, and he'll duck out of the way of that one and bunt it foul. Over at third base, Troy Nimmo in his 10th season as head coach. 27th year overall at Branson.
Played his college baseball at C of O and never left the area.
Hails from Buffalo originally. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's also an assistant coach for the football program, many of those years under Steve Hancock.
And then after that, Dan Henderson. Another one foul over toward the batting cage behind us.
Home plate umpire Jason Justice on numerous times has yelled over the Branson dugout. Need 3 new baseballs.
Need some more. If you want to keep playing. 1-2, and that one jammed him, and Finkbone foul tips it into the glove for the 3rd strikeout for Kamen Kufal.
Gassed by Kufal. Again, we mentioned his numbers coming into the game. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk. That is already his 3rd strikeout with just the 1 walk allowed back in the 1st inning.
Caleb Varashka to the plate, and he bunts toward 3rd, and it's touched fair, and will be a base hit for Varashka.
So they challenged the freshman 3rd baseman Mark Ross with that bunt. Probably thought Ross was playing a little deep with 2 outs. Great job by Varashka to get that bunt down and puts 2 on with 2 out.
And now the number 9 hitter, Ty Jenkins. And this one in the dirt. Now there goes the runners, both of them to 2nd and 3rd, and both safe. A wild pitch gives Branson 2 in scoring position now.
The batter's the left fielder, number 25, Ty Jenkins.
Chance for Jenkins here to make an impression and could put Branson on top. And he hits one to the shortstop. Kettering charges, throws on the run and out, and the Falcons are out of the 2nd inning. Nothing across, and Branson strands 2 more runners. 2 hits and 2 left, and after an inning and a half, it's a 1-0 lead for Glendale. To the bottom of the 2nd inning, 1-0 Glendale. And at the plate, Justin Letterman pops one foul for strike 1. Apparently they gave an error on that bunt. Ball hit by Varashka. And ball to Letterman, 1 ball, 1 strike. Justin Letterman hitting .308. And he hits one to the left side. Tough play, backhanded by Strahan and across. Too late.
Batting 6th, first baseman number 26, Carter Lewis.
Infield hit for Justin Letterman. And for the Falcons, it's Carter Lewis, Glendale's leading RBI man with 16. Hitting .241. Foul back for strike 1.
Carter Lewis 6 doubles, a team high among his 14 hits. Team best 16 RBIs. I really like his swing. Left-handed batter, left foot all the way back on the chalk line.
0-1 breaks off. Runner holds. Glendale is off to a 4-0 start in Ozark Conference play. Wins over West Plains 11-1. Camdenton also 11-1. Parkview 3-0 and Hillcrest 14-5. Still have 5 to go in the conference. Their next 4 games, in fact, are OC games. 3 of them at home. Waynesville and then at Rolla. Home against Lebanon, home against Central. This is hit into left for a base hit. The other way by Carter Lewis. 2 on with nobody out.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 20, third baseman Mark Ross.
Carter Lewis again for a sophomore. Just perfect mechanics at the plate with the bat.
Now Mark Ross, freshman third baseman. And he'll pop one up. Infield fly is called, and the catch is made by the pitcher Cole. Quickly one out.
Number 11, Caleb Julian.
For Caleb Julian, freshman son of Coach Jim Julian. Just 2 for 10 on the year, limited at bats. And ball 1. Jim Julian telling us that he had to plan his lineup around an illness and whatever else.
And an injury.
So
but Caleb's 2 hits have both come with runners in scoring position. He's 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Getting 400 in that department.
Strike called and 1-1. Popped into short right field, and again an infield fly is called, and it'll stay on the dirt as the wind keeps it on the infield for Ridge Schroeder to play.
Batting for Glendale, left fielder number 22, DJ.
Even with that short fence and right at just 300 feet, as long as the wind maintains around 18 miles per hour, going to be tough to get one over the right field wall.
Now the number 9 hitter, DJ Cofield. Sophomore hitting .286 and a swing and a miss. Foul tipped it actually. His dad is our old friend Derek Cofield, the longtime basketball official. Oh and 1 and a wicked curve breaks off, and it's 0-2. Two on with 2 out. Now Cole will step off. Love what they've done here at Provence Field with the improvements, the relatively new press box, concession stand that you see in your background. Named in honor of Mark Stratton, who's here today. Oh and 2. And it's up. Legendary names that have coached here at Glendale. Don Provence, and Mark Stratton, and Howard Bell. There's Strat. Checking out the old team today. Cofield goes down on strikes, and Glendale is done in the second. 2 singles, 2 left on, and after 2, a 1-0 lead for Glendale. It's high school baseball on MC22. to the third inning, a 1-0 lead for the Glendale Falcons over Branson. Pirates will have the top of the order coming up. Lance Strahan, Ridge Schroeder, and Carter Jenkins. To the third we go, and here's Mike McClure.
Thank you, Don. Strahan facing Cayman Kufal for the second time. He doubled back in the first inning, then stole third, but could not score as Grimm struck out to end the first inning. Looks at ball one. These two teams are in the same district, Class 5, District 6. It'll be played in Carl Junction. Branson, Carl Junction, Glendale, McDonald County, Neosho, Parkview, Webb City, West Plains, the 8 teams in the district. Ooh, fastball got him. Strahan down to first, hit by a pitch for the 4th time this season, and that is the first time that Kufal has hit a batter here in 2021.
Second baseman, Ridge Schroeder.
Hey,
that's going to leave a mark
up on the shoulder. I was down at Carl Junction last week, Mike, and they scored a walk-off win over Willard. Carl Junction is pretty good, pretty darn good.
Noah Southern, one of their best players.
He had the walk-off hit.
Hit by pitch again.
Well,
trying to come inside on these Branson hitters, and too much inside.
Wildness of Kufal here now, and Jim Julian
13,
wants to go out and have a word with his pitcher. And infield, 2 straight hit batters.
And that's a little unnerving. It's kind of like a golfer going out of bounds, then you go back up and hit it over and it goes out of bounds again. It's like, what are you doing wrong with your mechanics?
So yeah, in that district, Carl Junction is really good. Webb City is just as good.
McDonald County's got a winning record, so does Glendale. West Plains just under 500 at 8-9.
It would look now like whoever wins between Webb City and Carl Junction would be the 1 seed, and loser would be the 2.
There's a look at Jim Julian.
Nice record of 53-25. The Falcons were 22-8 2 years ago. Lost to Willard in the state quarterfinal here at this field 4-1. In 18, they went 21-8.
Carter Jenkins to the plate, 2 on, nobody out, and takes a called strike. Carter Jenkins walked back in the first inning. Has one of the 2 home runs for Branson. Team leading RBIs with 15. And again, hitting .500 with runners in scoring position. Chops this one behind the mound. Great play by Kettering to retire Jenkins at first for the first out.
That is not an easy play at all, and Kettering made it look that way.
Strahan moves to third. Schroeder moves to second on the infield ground out.
Throw on the run in time as the runners move up now. Another chance for Branson. They've stranded 3 runners already through the first 2 innings. They got 2 more out there now.
Grimm struck out to end the first. Tries to check a swing, could not. Wild pitch. Here comes Strahan. The Pirates are on the board as they tie it at 1 on the wild pitch.
It's going to be one of those games where the fewest mistakes probably wins. And this is a Falcon miscue that ties it up here in the 3rd inning.
Grimm, a team best .367 average, bunts to first. There'll be a play at the plate. The throw too late. The squeeze gives Branson a 2-1 lead. Be a runner at first base for the catcher Grimm.
Courtesy runner number 23, Tanner Winslow.
Tanner Winslow, who wears 23, a senior, to run at first. Just a great job of getting the bunt down.
First baseman number 9, Zach Doyle.
Zach Carney Doyle to the plate. 2-1 Pirates here in the 3rd. Zach singled back in the 2nd inning. Right now, he's the only Pirate committed to play college baseball. Going to North Ark. Throw to first. Courtesy runner. Winslow safely back. Sun shining brightly here in Springfield. There's a called strike.
Popped out with cloud cover back toward the east here still.
Doyle with 6 doubles here in the spring. Chops this one to Kettering. 6-4. Can't make the relay to first in time. Fielder's choice. Now 2 down for Andrew Bristow.
Hitter for the Pirates, number 27, Andrew Bristow.
Might have been an opportunity to turn 2 here.
Would have had to have been really tight for Glendale to get 2 out of that, but quick flip there by Kettering.
Bristow struck out in the second. Looks at ball 1. Branson hitting just .236 as a team. They won 6 games 2 years ago. That's hit deep to left field. Back she goes. Foul.
Home run distance, but foul. And that takes us back to what used to be the design here at Provence Field when they used to play soccer on the outfield here. And we actually televised some soccer matches from the Provence Field outfield. Used to be to straightaway left field, it was 455 feet. Now it's 320. They had to have room for the soccer field.
Popped up. Kettering, the shortstop, hauls it in for the 3rd out. Branson takes the lead here in the 3rd thanks to 2 batters being hit by a pitch. RBI single by Grimm. The runner scores on a wild pitch. After 2.5, Branson leading Glendale 2-1. Branson Pirates take a 2-1 lead as they scored twice in the 3rd without a hit. Again, first 2 batters, Strahan and Schroeder, hit by a pitch. Jenkins grounded out, then a wild pitch moved the runners to 2nd and 3rd. And then Cade Grimm with the bunt that was fielded by the first baseman. They threw home to try to get the runner at 3rd, but throw was too late. So sacrifice fielder's choice rather than the bunt single by Grimm. As the Falcons come to bat here in the 3rd, Zach Beatty will lead things off. He walked and scored the Falcons' lone run thus far in the game. Count now 2-0 to Zach Beatty. That is hit foul down in the corner.
So back in the early 90s, we started televising soccer from the city fields, and we did games for most of them, including Nichols Park
Oh, wow.
at Central in the outfield where they used to play soccer. We never did one from Hillcrest, but we did at Parkview's grass soccer field over behind its baseball stadium, as well as Kickapoo's, of course, and here at Glendale in the outfield.
3-1 now to Beatty. And you were telling me about a home run hit at this Don Provence field that had a little extra oomph behind it.
Guy you may have heard of, Albert Pujols, in the about 1998 4th of July holiday tournament when we was playing for Independence High Boy. Now, I wasn't here, but the legend goes from people who were that he hit a home run on 1 hop off the school building.
It's crazy. Curveball hit foul.
And that's when it was 455 to left. So imagine adding another 100, 120 feet to that, to the school building. So there's the left field corner, and then it to that part of the building there.
Goodness gracious.
On 1 hop.
We need a drone. 3-2 to Beatty. Ball 4 draws the leadoff walk. He walks for the 2nd time.
Next up for Glendale, shortstop number 33.
So he wreaks havoc out there. He stole 2nd in the 1st inning and then scored on a hit. So now Kettering may give him that chance to take 2nd again before he puts it in play.
Good lead at first by Beatty. Cole will step off. State titles for Glendale in 1976 and 1978. Throw to first, too late. 1976, that Glendale team finished 21-2, beat Jennings in the championship 7-5. In 1978, they were 19-4 and beat Fox High School 6-3.
Both coached by Don Provance.
Swinging foul tip at the plate. We're third in the state in 1967. So 3 Final Four appearances for the Falcons.
Maybe the best known Glendale baseball alum is Steve Rogers. Went on to pitch for the Montreal Expos.
Beatty was leading a little that time.
Remember hearing stories from Nolan McCauley about a playoff game that he umpired with Steve Rogers versus Jerry Royce.
Oh, wow.
2 future big leaguers.
Kittring flies one deep to center. Varashka will make the catch. Beatty back to first with 1 down.
Hit it pretty hard.
Designated hitter
It's going
number
to be hard
13,
to
Isaac Wells.
hit it very far today.
1 on, 1 out for Isaac Wells, a strikeout victim back in the first. Wells with 12 hits, but a team high 17 walks. Came in hitting just .218, but his on-base percentage .411. '15 was Glendale's last losing season in high school baseball. Runner at first goes, pitches a ball, throw down to second. It's safe.
There's your tying run now for Glendale. Scoring position for Wells at the plate.
Wells headed to St. Louis Community College. Outfield straightaway. 2-0.
So some of the other parts of our history here of baseball coverage was in the early 1990s when we started covering American Legion baseball from city parks.
3-0.
We had been at Metter Park for most of our history from 1984 up until around 89 or 90, and then started coming to some city fields, and we came here and to most of the other ones.
To left center, Varashka will go back, Jenkins will go back, and it's off the bottom of the wall. Beatty will score to tie it at 2. 1 out RBI double by Wells. His 9th run driven in. That ball was crushed.
Just hardest hit of the day so far for Wells.
The Falcons pitcher, number 7,
On the fly to the fence.
Cayman Kufal to the plate. 0 for 1, fouled out to the first baseman back in the first. Curve in the dirt. Runner tries to go to third. The throw is too late, out into left field. Throwing error by Cade Grimm, and Glendale takes a 3-2 lead. Stolen base, E2.
Just making things happen out there on the bases. And the name of the game here in the 3rd inning for Glendale.
Branson commits their 35th error this season. That's on the first base side. And caught for the 2nd out.
Zach Carney Doyle right over by the fence.
Right fielder number 37, Justin Letterman.
Makes the play.
Justin Letterman to the plate, single leading off the 2nd. Letterman gets just his 5th hit this season, looks at ball 1.
So our coverage of American Legion ball ended in around 1993 or so. So if I've done the math right, it's been somewhere around 27 or 28 years since we've televised sports from here at Provence Field.
James Ryan Houston warming in the Branson bullpen. Two and one. Heath Cole has made just one start this spring. 3-1. His ERA at the start of play today, just 1.75. 3-2. Two of the 3 runs today are earned runs. Ball 4 is high. Third walk given up by Heath Cole.
The Falcon first baseman, number 26, Carter Lewis.
Carter Lewis to the plate. With 1 on, 2 out, Lewis singled back in the second. Heath Cole trying to get out of this mess. Swinging a foul tip into the glove for strike 1. Just missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jim Julian goes through a series of signs down in the third base coach's box. Ground ball to second. Shortstop for the force out, and that'll do it for the Falcons. Glendale takes the lead, 2 runs here in the third on just 1 hit. There was an error, 1 runner left on after 3 complete. Glendale on top with the Branson Pirates, 3-2. Mike McClure, Don West, back at Don Provence Field. Bottom third of the order for the Branson Pirates. They come to bat in the top of the 4th, trailing Glendale 3-2. David Finkbone will lead things off. He struck out back in the second. Shows bunt, looks at ball 1. Finkbone with 14 hits, 1 of them a double. It's his only extra base hit. Shows bunt again, and swings and misses to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cayman Kufal on for his 4th inning of work. 1-2.
Out of the 14 district titles won by Branson baseball, they had a solid run during that time.
Julian, nice play at second to retire Finkbone.
10 of the 14 were between 1985 and 2003.
Center fielder number 17, Caleb
Their first came back in 1957. Well done here by Caleb Julian.
Caleb Barashko reached on an error back in the second. Ball 1. Foul back. Branson, of course, plays their home games at Pirate Park. Beautiful facility with a kind of up on a hill. You see lots of trees in the outfield. Catches the outside corner. 1-1.
Can see a long way from up there. We've done some district tournaments going way back at Pirate Park.
Slowly hit to third. Ross, high throw, but first baseman Lewis will keep his foot on the bag for the second out.
Left fielder number 25.
Good thing Carter Lewis is tall at first base. This throw from Mark Ross sailed just a bit.
Great job to stay on.
Good call by Chandler Hodges, the base umpire. Strike one to Ty Jenkins, who was 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop back in the second. Popped up. First baseman Lewis make the play. 3 up, 3 down go the Branson Pirates. Quickly go to the bottom of the fourth. Falcons still leading Branson 3-2.
A reminder, today's varsity game being taped for broadcast. Number 20, third baseman Mark Ross.
There's just lots of broadcasting royalty around this place today. Don West, Missouri Sports Hall of Fame member. Scott McCauley, Missouri Sports Hall of Fame member, the longtime voice of the Branson Pirates.
It's the late 1980s.
Goodness gracious. One of the good guys. Mark Ross, first pitch, pops it up, short right field. Squeezed by Finkbone for the first out.
The Glendale second baseman, number 11, Caleb Julian.
Well, I miss Branson pitching coach Brendan McGinnis, who retired on us. What
I
the
don't
heck?
know how they can keep having a team without him, you know. Brendan is my age and retired at the end of last school year. Known him since we were in 3rd grade.
Goodness. Now he's got the terrible duty of having to work at Paynes Valley Golf Course. I say work, helping with the starter on the first tee. Quickly 0-2.
Somebody's got to do it.
I understand. We'll put him in charge of the weather. Julian 0 for 1, popped up to the second baseman, back in the second. Cole's curve is outside, 1-2. Brandon led the Miller Cardinals to a Final Four appearance in baseball back in the mid-90s.
They won a state title in '94. That sound right, or was that in football?
That was football.
Football.
On one hop to the first baseman. And safe at first.
Yeah, good hustle there by Julian to get there.
Zach Carney Doyle. Pitcher Heath Cole didn't get over to cover the bag.
Left fielder, number 22, DJ.
That'll be the 5th hit for the Falcons.
So yeah, Final Four in baseball for Miller in that time frame. State championship in football.
Bunted to third. Cofield will be safe at first.
Top of the order.
He might have more speed than his dad. I don't know.
Could be. It's got to be a hit for Cofield here. Laid down very nicely. Jenkins with all he could do.
Yeah. 2 on 1 out, top of the order, Zach Beatty.
Glendale could do some damage here.
Time was called, so no pitch. Jim LaSalle was the head coach of the Miller football program that won the state title in, I said, around '94.
And I had Jim and Brendan on Sportsline after they won that.
Called strike to Beatty. Beatty twice has walked and twice has scored and twice has stolen second. Bunts it foul at the plate. Oh and 2. Jason Justice calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Chandler Hodges, the base umpire.
Jason made sure Cade Grimm was good to go there and didn't get hit on the hand or something by that foul bunt attempt.
1-2. Julian second. Cofield on it first with 1 out for the Falcons. They lead it 3-2 as they bat here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 down. Cole's 1-2. Ripped to right field for a base hit. Julian will be held at third. They throw back to second and out at second. DJ Cofield tagged out for the second out of the inning. Beatty with a base hit. Julian's held up at third, and then Cofield, after he rounded second, gets thrown out trying to get back to the second base bag.
Either just forgot about that runner in front of him or thought that Julian was going to head home. So he was hung at second base.
Brooks Kettering to the plate, 1 for 2, RBI single back in the first. And Cole will step off.
Glendale's last 3 games have been wins over Parkview, Hillcrest, and Ozark. They've won 4 out of 5.
Runner at first goes. Kettering hits it foul past the first base dugout for strike 1.
That included a win over Columbia Hickman on April 9th, a 2-1 win, and that's one of the teams that has beaten Willard this year, and Willard ranked #1 in the state in Class 5.
James Ryan Houston continues to warm in the Branson bullpen. You had their game against Willard. That was a marathon.
Yeah, April 3rd at Willard, late night in the red and blue tournament.
It was a football score, 20-14.
I'm sorry, it was
March 27th.
March 27th
yeah.
in the Willard leadoff
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
They played Willard twice. 20-14.
How long did that one last?
3 hours and 24 minutes.
I see. That's pretty good. For 34 runs scored.
Just not that many hits, though, Mike. The problem was there were 21 walks in the game and only 15 hits for a combined 34 runs.
And then you had a Missouri State baseball game this spring that Bears had 17 walks by the Bears pitching staff in one game.
What do we say? Just throw strikes.
Kettering back in. Count now even at 1-1. It's just different, especially for these high school programs that didn't have a spring sports season back in 2020. Runner at first goes, pitch is outside, throw down to third. Good base running by Julian to not get caught napping down there.
Zach Beatty takes second base in the interim.
2-1 to Brooks Kettering.
Glendale's had hits in every inning. 3 in this inning, but still haven't scored yet.
Can drive in 2 here. And down in front of the right fielder, Finkbone. Julian will score. Beatty held at third. RBI single for Brooks Kettering. Falcons now lead at 4-2.
Designated hitter number 13, Isaac Wells.
Kettering just puts a good swing on the ball. Happen to know from his dad that they are Minnesota Vikings and Minnesota Twins fans.
Indeed. Isaac Wells to the plate. RBI double and scored back in the third after striking out in the first. First and third for Glendale, still only 1 down. Popped up. Shortstop will drift back, and Strahan makes the catch for the third out. Well, Falcons will increase their lead as they scratch across a run here in the fourth, and after 4 complete, Glendale leading Branson 4-2. Soccer going on at the football field, otherwise known as the pitch.
Low Stadium on the turf.
And football season just ending this past Saturday for the Missouri State Bears. Losing in the playoffs, but in the playoffs for the first time since 1990. Congratulations to Bobby Petrino and his staff. And today, season tickets went on sale for the fall 2021 season.
New schedule was announced. Probably had that in their pocket for a
sure
while, just waiting for the season to end.
Ball 1 to Lance Strahan as he leads off the 5th for the Pirates. Takes a called strike. Strahan doubled back in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Fouls this one back. And foul off to the right. Keith Gutton and the Baseball Bears under COVID right now. They were scheduled to go to Baum Stadium tomorrow night on that Tuesday, April the 27th, to play the #1 ranked Arkansas Razorbacks, but again, because of COVID, not making the trip. Arkansas taking 2 out of 3 at South Carolina over the weekend. And they are a dangerous ball club. Really good hitting, really good pitching, and there is a shot caught by the shortstop, Kettering.
He's
Wow.
been so busy out there at short. He climbs the ladder for this one.
Second baseman, number 2, Ridge Schroeder.
Papa Lance is going to like that play. Up and in. Ridge Schroeder to the plate with a foul for strike 1. Schroeder fouled out in the first inning, was hit by a pitch, and scored in the third. One and one. Goodness gracious, 83 degrees feels good.
I know. Keep it coming.
A bunt is pushed foul. 1 and 2.
We have Evangel softball coming on Tuesday, the doubleheader against Baker that will bring you here on MC22, and then Wednesday looks very rainy, and then we'll see if we can recover and bring games back on Thursday.
Deep to left, Cofield will go back, reaches up, fights the sun, and makes a terrific catch.
Well, and he took a couple of steps in before he went out. Had enough to get there in time.
I mean, he's looking right into the sun.
Branson, third baseman, number 13.
Well tracked.
Jenkins.
And that lands in the palm of the glove.
Carter Jenkins to the plate. Takes a called strike. 5 in a row set down by Kamen Kufal. 6 in a row. Off the outside corner. 0-2. Branson retired in order in the 4th. Kufal trying to do it again here in the 5th. Ground ball to second. Julian to Lewis. Branson goes 3 up, 3 down for the second inning in a row. 7 in a row set down by Kufal. Quickly move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Glendale on top of the Branson Pirates, 4-2. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up. Glendale leading Branson 4-2, and a pitching change for the Pirates as James Ryan Houston, junior right-hander, will come on in relief of Heath Cole, who went the first 4 innings for the Pirates.
Look at this, 6 1/3 innings and no earned runs allowed. Making his 4th appearance, just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He has hit 2 batters. Looking to preserve that 0 ERA. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Glendale up 4-2. Good game here so far.
Heath Cole, 4 innings pitched, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 strikeouts, walked 3. Face the middle of the order here. Kamen Kufal, Justin Letterman, and Carter Lewis to face James Ryan Houston here in the home half of the 5th. Look into the Glendale dugout. By the way, on the stripe part below where it says Glendale, it says ring the bell on the stripe.
In honor of Howard Bell.
Glendale pitcher number 7.
And I cannot believe it has been 8 years already since he passed. 2013, late March. Goodness.
March 29th, the opening day of the big league season that year.
Kufal 0 for 2. So ball 1. Time goes way too fast. Kufal, 375 hitter at the start of play today. 2-0.
Howard's wife, Kim, has followed her dreams at Howard's insistence and opened a beautiful wedding venue out near Willard, between Springfield and Willard, called Bellamore.
Nice.
I'm going to one there Saturday, a week from Saturday.
All right. So not everyone goes to Las Vegas to get married when it's 140 degrees, right? In the shade.
Not my nephew.
Just a little high for ball 4.
Right fielder Justin Letterman.
So James Ryan Houston walks the first batter he faces.
Just the second walk he's given up this year.
Brings in Justin Letterman, who singled in the second and walked in the third. Wind is picking up. The flag in right center field is blowing straight in toward home plate. Ball 1 is outside.
Blowing in from right field. Very steady today.
Brooks Kettering now warming in the Glendale bullpen. Called strike. Branson will get this thing turned around. Coming in today at just 4-12, 6-19 2 years ago. Starting 4 freshmen. Which is outside. 2-1. Outfield straightaway for Justin Letterman. Short lead at first by Kufal. Breaking ball is outside. 3-1. Branson at Nixa on Tuesday. Glendale hosting Waynesville on Tuesday. Two for the schools that play a spring softball schedule. Their district tournaments are 1 week from today. Start of those championships at the Killian Softball Complex in Springfield.
2 classes this year in spring softball.
For the first time, yes. Runner at first goes, and that is hit foul. Purdy, very good in Class 1. Mount Vernon, very good in Class 2.
Watch for them to make some noise in spring softball.
3-2 pitch. Back-to-back walks by James Ryan Houston, and Glendale looks for a big inning.
First baseman number 26, Carter Lewis.
Those free passes are going to
They will bite you.
Bite here eventually.
Carter Lewis singled in the second, hit into a fielder's choice back in the third. 2 on, nobody out for the Falcons here in the 5th. Back to second, close but safe. Glendale single run in the first, 2 runs in the third inning, 1 in the fourth. Branson's 2 runs came in the third. Branson won their district in 2019. It had been a 14-year drought since their previous district championship win, which was back in '05. One 1-0 to Carter Lewis.
Mike, a couple of my favorite moments at this field. One of them when we were covering American Legion ball in the early 90s, involving a great friend and umpire, Jack Steck. Somebody brought him a birthday cake because he was umpiring in July on his birthday when we were covering. I think it might have been his 50th birthday too.
Man, you think you and I have broadcast a lot of games. How many has he umpired? Goodness gracious.
And he's done. Jack is not in the best of health. But what a career. Well over 5,000 baseball games umpired, in addition to his swimming coaching duties at both Drury and Missouri State.
1-1 to Lewis. Shows bunt. Pitch missed high. Third baseman Carter Jenkins came charging in.
And then another probably early 2000s 4th of July tournament here. Robert Hill was the plate umpire. And it looked a lot like it does for the day here, but little rough weather close by too.
Bunt goes foul. 2-2.
So in the far northwest corner of Greene County, up at Willard and Ash Grove, there was actually a tornado warning, but it looked like this here at Glendale. So this was before they refined the emergency system, and so tornado sirens were going off for all of Greene County, even though this part of the county really wasn't included.
That is hit foul.
And so sirens are going off. Robert didn't know what they were because he lived out in the country and hadn't heard them before. So we just kept playing with tornado sirens going off. And the warning never did come to this part of the county.
Crazy weather in July. 2-2 delivery.
One after another fouled back and off by Carter Lewis.
And again, Jason Justice
out of
some
baseball.
fingers to the Glendale dugout. I need some help. Before at second, Letterman on at first, both drawing walks. 3-2 to Lewis. Well, James Ryan Houston has struggled on the mound, to say the least, here in the 5th inning.
Needs a strike so badly right here.
Branson wouldn't mind a double play ball. To left field, Ty Jenkins for the first out.
Not just what he needed. Threw a strike and let Lewis hit it.
Glendale third baseman number 20, Mark Ross.
Mark Ross to the plate is 0 for 2. Popped up and flat out to right. Consistently missing high with that breaking ball for ball 1. It's only 360 to straightaway center field, 320 down the left field line, and only 300 down the right field line. And that is knocked down by the third baseman, Jenkins. Stepping on the bag for one. They don't get the second half of the double play, but a tremendous play by Carter Jenkins at third. That ball was scorched off the bat by Mark Ross.
Presence of mind to get his force out there at third. Fairly close at first. He wasn't going to get 2. He did very well to get 1.
2 down for Caleb Julian. It was 1 for 2. Singleton scored back in the 4th. To the shortstop, Strahan flips to second for the force out, and that'll do it for the Falcons. They failed to score after getting back-to-back walks to start the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 walks. Runners left on base. 5 are in the books. We'll head to the 6th. Glendale leading Branson 4-2.
To the 6th inning, the kids are having fun here at Provence Field at the Howard Bell Baseball and Softball Complex at Glendale High School. Softball field just right down the hill here, and Howard was a softball coach here too when his daughter Cameron was coming through Glendale. Cayman Kufal will go back to work in the 6th.
Leading on the 6th.
To face Cade Grimm.
Number 22, Cade Grimm.
Grimm had the squeeze bunt for an RBI in the 3rd inning. First pitch misses for ball 1. And a foul tap. So a lot of good times here at this field, especially in those 4th of July holiday tournaments. One and two. And a pitch outside to Grimm.
Did you tell me this coming summer is the 50th?
50th holiday tournament coming.
Wow.
2-2 pitch is high. Their website is saba-baseball.org for information about the 50th 4th of July holiday tournament coming. This is popped into short left center and a near miss for Beatty. And it's a single for Grimm. Now he'll come out for his courtesy runner, and again Tanner Winslow. So Branson brings the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 6th.
Just glad to see Beatty get up because I wasn't for sure if he had hit his shoulder pretty hard on that attempt. Because you can easily jam his shoulder trying to make a play like that.
Zach Carney Doyle now to the plate, 1 for 2. And close but safe.
So opponents today, but Zach Carney Doyle and Zach Beatty will be teammates at North Ark.
Check swing, tapped foul. Oh and 1. Strike called 0-2. For Branson High School in their history in athletics, 2 team state championships, both won by boys basketball. 0-2 pitch has popped up. And Kettering going out to make the catch. Andrew Bristow coming to the plate. Those state titles for Branson boys basketball in 1955 and 58 under the legend John Earl Chase.
Pirate designated hitter number 27, Andrew Bristow.
So now Bristow, he's 0 for 2. And they've got him picked off, but he's going to slide in safely to second base after the move to first.
So Winslow just broke for second when Kufal threw to first. That's probably the right thing to do if you know you're not going to get back. Stolen base.
Next pitch is high.
I know they were close in football. Dan Neshaw just about led him to a state championship.
Right, in about 89.
In that neighborhood,
Fly ball to Cofield and left. He is there for the catch and the second out.
And again, 3 times almost in baseball in 89, 92, 99 when they were state runner-up. About the only thing missing on the resume of Steve Lale.
Javen Finkbone to the plate now. Freshman right fielder, 0 for 2. Outside for ball 1.
Let's bring Mike Essick back. Let's bring Howard Quigley back. These guys can still do it. Still coaching, being an assistant coach.
Lale can, yeah. Batter stepped out, but a strike is called, so time was not granted.
Correct.
Mike Essick is coaching at Spokane now. After,
along with Becky Justice, I believe, who's coaching Spokane girls basketball and I think also volleyball.
1-1 pitch is outside. Mike retired from Ozark and now has the reins at Spokane. 2-1, and Finkbone pops one into short left with a beat on it. Cofield with the catch. That will end the Pirate threat in the top of the 6th. 1 hit and 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning and a 4-2 lead for Glendale. Glendale comes to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Our station right here behind home plate.
In the great outdoors.
Provence Field in the wind.
DJ Cofield.
DJ Cofield set to lead it off for Glendale after he had the last 2 putouts at the top of the 6th inning.
Also had one in the 5th.
He takes ball 1. Bunted for a hit his last time up.
Always interesting come district baseball tournament time because it's about the time schools have graduation ceremonies.
Sometimes they play a baseball game in the day and go graduate at night. .20 sails high. You know, the distancing and masking ordinances will be in effect for wherever you may be, so please follow those for your favorite student graduating. Here's ball 4 to Cofield.
He gets on base for the 2nd time and 3 at-bats.
Center fielder for Glendale,
would like to add some insurance to this 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th. 7th inning, Branson has the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up.
James Ryan Houston did the same thing back in the 5th inning. He walked leadoff batter Cayman Kufon. Now he walks Cofield leading off the 6th.
Zach Beatty takes strike 1. High and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beatty's been on base 3 times, walked twice and singled. Houston's 1-1 has popped up. Short left, might be trouble, blowing foul, and it drops. So for now, district tournaments will go on what you're used to seeing, right? At one site. Be ready for any changes, though. 1-2 pitch is popped to the right side this time and out of play. A lot of 8-team districts around.
And baseball goes to 6 classes. Like spring softball goes to 2 classes.
Championships at U.S. Baseball Park in Ozark the first week of June. Swing and a miss by Beatty. He's down on strikes for the first out.
Shortstop, number 33,
strikeout for James Ryan Houston.
We'll actually begin state baseball on Memorial Day, the 31st of May, and then go through the week. Strike call to Kettering.
He looks for his third hit.
Two singles, 2 RBIs for Kettering today. There goes the runner. Pitches a ball, the throw, too late. Stolen base for Cofield. One ball, one strike. Inside corner, strike 2 called. Kettering chops one foul. Over to his dugout.
The Big 8 Conference East Division has many state-ranked teams, including Logan Rogersville, Aurora, Springfield Catholic.
That's a loaded division, isn't it?
They'll all meet at some point. Aurora's going to host a district with Monette, Cassville, Hollister, Reed Spring.
That is fair to the first baseman Doyle. Tagged the bag unassisted, and Cofield moves to third with 2 outs.
Designated hitter number 13, Isaac Wells.
Rogersville is in a district with Springfield Catholic, along with Mountain Grove, Buffalo, and Avon. Springfield Catholic will be the host school. The Fighting Irish are 15-2 in baseball.
They probably have the best resume of any team, top to bottom, in the area. Isaac Wells, the hitter now for Glendale. Runner at third and 2 outs. And ball 1 is high. Next one is ripped down the left field line and fair. That'll score Cofield to make it 5-2 Glendale, and Wells is into second base for the double.
Next up for Glendale.
So the leadoff walk to Cofield will cost Branson a run. Swing there by Isaac Wells.
Cayman Kufal to the plate.
Second double today, his 6th this season.
Kufal hammers one to left, and it's right to the left fielder Jenkins. Sinking liner caught by Jenkins in the Glendale thread in the 6th. Falcons add a run, and Glendale leads 5-2. One more chance for the Pirates. To the 7th inning, and Cayman Kufal is going to try to finish what he started, with Glendale leading 5-2. And we don't get a good look at the pitch count, but Kufal's got to be fairly close to his limit of 105 pitches.
Leading off for Branson.
Caleb Barashka will lead it off.
Caleb Barashka.
And it sounds like Brooks Kettering is ready if they need him. First pitch is inside to Barashka. Branson 3 behind here as we hit the 7th inning. Strike 1. Foul tap. Pirates have a run of COC games coming up, including tomorrow at Nixa. Nixa, one of the top 4 teams in the COC this year. Strike 3 is called.
Just the fourth strikeout.
Left fielder number 25,
Kufal.
Ty Jenkins.
Good pitch. Ty Jenkins comes to the plate. Ball one. Branson at Nixa Tuesday. Home versus Neosho Thursday. And then Carthage and Carl Junction next week. COC play. Glendale has Ozark Conference games coming. 1 and 2. Falcons host Waynesville Tuesday. Go to Rolla Thursday. And then Lebanon and Central in Ozark Conference play next week. They will have a Saturday at Republic on May 8th. They'll take on the Republic Tigers and Sedalia Smith Cotton that day. One, 2.5 swing. And no swing, says Chandler Hodges. Two. And a hard hit ball to Kettering. He goes down for it and to first for the out. 2 gone.
The shortstop number 10, Lance Strahan.
Branson down to its last out. Top of the order, Lance Strahan. He has doubled, been hit by a pitch, and lined out to Kettering. Kufal will have the chance to finish with a complete game. One ball, 1 strike. And a little low.
Still got some pretty good velocity on his fastball here in the 7th inning. That one popped the catcher's mitt.
High 3-1. And right to Kettering, and he boots it. And the Pirates are still alive.
Just the 5th error committed by Kettering this season.
Give Ridge Schroeder a chance.
Second baseman number 2, Ridge Schroeder.
Branson needs one more runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Wind really whips up. Schroeder's 0 for 2 and has been hit by a pitch. Pirates got both of their runs in the top of the 3rd inning, with 2 batters that had been hit by pitches scoring the 2 runs. Schroeder takes a strike. One and one. Kufal looking for the finish here at Provence Field. That's hit down the left field line and fair. On to 3rd, and now instead Strahan will hold at 2nd. And Branson will indeed bring the tying run to the plate.
Schroeder with his first hit.
Third baseman
Pirate
number
hopes
13,
alive.
Carter Jenkins.
Down and got that one and drilled it out to left field.
It's Branson's top hitter, Carter Jenkins, coming up. 0 for 2 today with a walk. (5-2) Glendale in the 7th. Branson tying run at the plate. Almost hit him. What would you bet this is the last hitter Kufal faces?
He's got to be really close to 105.
Right in there, 1-1. Next one to Jenkins on 1-1. And he pops it in the air on the right side, and that will get out of play. 1-2. Pirates down to their last strike. Tying run at the plate in the 7th. Kufal to the plate and a swing and a ground ball, and it's by Kettering. A run will score, and the Pirates are still alive. That will be an error on Kettering. Now the tying run on base at first, and the lead run comes to the plate.
Just misplayed it.
And it's Cade Grimm to the plate now. You got to wonder if the sun is affecting even the ground balls hit to that side. Depending on the hop. Well, here's Grimm. And the gapper could tie it with Glendale up 5-3. First pitch in for a strike to Grimm. He has struck out, bunted for a sacrifice squeeze in the 3rd inning, and singled in the 6th. 0-1 pitch is drilled out into left field, and that's going to get down. The run scores. Here comes Jenkins around 3rd. Throw home and out to end it. Troy Nimmo went for the tie, sending Jenkins home. And Glendale gets it done in the field, as Jenkins is tagged for the final out. 5-4 Glendale with the win. Totals in a minute. Glendale wins a great game over Branson 5-4. The Falcons now 11-9 for the season, and Branson is 4-13. 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, 8 left for Glendale. For Branson, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 left. Kamen Kufal goes the distance for the win, now 3-0. Losses taken by Heath Cole, now 1-1. Game played in 1 hour and 45 minutes. And Mike, it comes right down to it today.
Just a great defensive play by Glendale to preserve the win. And Branson tried to bring that tying run in after the RBI double by Cade Grimm, but again, what a nice defensive play by Glendale to finish it.
Throw comes in from Zach Beatty to 3rd baseman Mark Ross. Throws home. The tag on the helmet made by Jaden Tarbett. And Carter Jenkins is out for the final out of the game to preserve a Glendale 5-4 win. Up next for us, it's college softball on Tuesday as the Baker Wildcats come in to take on the Evangel University softball team in a doubleheader, and we'll bring you both games of that through the week here on MC22. Today it's a 5-4 win for Glendale over Branson. For Mike McClure, for Corey Riggs and our MC22 crew, I'm Don West. Thanks so much for joining us, and good evening from Don Provance Field at Glendale.